Good morning. It's a very cold morning, but I'm out on a walk anyway, well wrapped up. I'm going to do a walk today from Glengarnock to Lochwinnoch. The original plan was to do Glengarnock to Lochwinnoch via Beath, following some of the roads, the main roads, side roads, but I wasn't sure if all of them were paved, or if I'd have to actually walk on road. And I decided that wasn't a good idea because it's a very foggy morning. So I'm heading towards the cycle track instead, so at least I know I'm not going to get hit by a car. Might get hit by a bike, but not a car. So I forgot to bring my external microphone with me today, but it should be okay because it isn't windy or anything like that, so you should be able to hear me fine. Just realised when I took the camera out there I hadn't attached it and I haven't put it in my bag, but not to worry, we'll manage. The sign at the beginning of the cycle track says it's only 4 miles to Lochwinnoch, which is quite handy. I thought it was further than that, so it shouldn't take me too long to get there. Maybe an hour and a half perhaps. And I don't have to worry about consulting my map too often because I'm on the cycle path. How can I possibly go wrong on here? In fact, some of it looks familiar, just that I'm coming at it from a different angle, but that's where I was a few weeks ago when I was at Lochshore Park, so I kind of know where I am already. I'm going to have to excuse my sniffles this morning because it's bitterly cold. I've been taking a tissue out of my pocket every minute to wipe my nose, but I'm still sniffling, so that's just the price you pay for being out on a walk in the very cold weather. But it's a gorgeous day. I don't mind days like this. It's the rain I don't like, but freezing cold, no wind, superb. Red branches in those bushes. A little bit of colour for the grey day. I was trying to decide, is this the best walk to go on when it's misty? I thought, yeah, this will do nicely because I've never walked it before. I don't know how scenic it is. My best guess is it's just a big long straight path with lots of trees and bushes, though there's some open ground to the side there. But I don't think there's many landmarks to point the camera at. So I thought, well, probably a good route for walking in the mist, because the mist gives it some atmosphere, even if it's lacking in features, so, and it stretches my legs as well, so it's all good. I've been working on my website the past few days, the website that accompanies this YouTube channel. I'd set it up to show all the videos, but it always seemed kind of pointless because all the videos are on YouTube, so basically just changed the homepage to show the latest videos and the most popular videos. Although why the most popular videos are the most popular, I don't know, because it's old videos I did years ago that are not great, but maybe it's just because I've been up for so long. But anyway, the reason I updated it is I decided to make a Patreon page, which does seem kind of pointless at the moment because I've got hardly any subscribers, but, so I'm not going to make any money from it. But I made a Patreon page because I decided to start making downloadable GPX map files for basically viewers to upload into their own map app if they want to follow these walks. So I've been building the routes up. I already had quite a lot saved on my phone, but it's a wee bit easier to make them on the computer at home than add in descriptions and names and stuff. So I've just been putting them on Patreon for people that want to subscribe to it. I've got no subscribers at the moment, and I doubt I have any subscribers for a while because my channel's just too small. I'm going to keep building it up and probably go back and look at some of the old routes I've done and make some map files for those as well. So I'll gradually build it up until I've got dozens, maybe hundreds of routes that people can follow. So if you're watching this and it interests you, something to think about in the future, maybe subscribe and see if you can get any use out of these routes that I'm going to be uploading. If not, I'll no hold it against you. So there's a lot of new trees planted up that hill. Obviously newly planted because it just looks barren at the moment. Give it a few years and that'll be lovely. But actually looking back at the sun, look at that. It's just the sun is making the mist glow. It's very nice. Probably just looks like an overexposed picture to you guys watching. A couple of big cranes on my left there in Kilburnie. Must be something getting built. I didn't mention that this route actually goes through Kilburnie. It's just pretty much touches the outskirts of it. That's why there's buildings and cranes to my left there. You know, so there's Kilburnie's just a wee town in Ayrshire. I don't think there's much in it to see, so not much point in walking through it. I might do it another day. But I don't know how long it'll take me to pass it, maybe 20 minutes and I'll be past Kilburnie. And then just moving out into the countryside between the towns. Shop, food, toilets, post office. Yeah, don't need that. I'll just keep charging on this way. Up here, go for a quick nosy up at this fence, see what we can spot. Absolutely nothing. Open countryside and fog. So what that means is I estimate that it'd be 20 minutes and passing Kilburnie was more like 3 minutes. I'd already passed most of Kilburnie because that's the main road to Lochwinnoch up there, so yeah, didn't take long at all. This walk is going to be done in no time. That's an interesting sign. Falling boulders for 2 miles, but I mean, if you look at the banks to either side, they're not particularly high and laden with boulders from what I can see. You know, I mean, look at that, it's nothing dodgy looking about it. So I'm surprised at that sign. We'll see further up, maybe it gets worse. I really like that bridge. Drive across that and it's just a bridge, but you come down here and you see these angled arches. See, they're not straight. The whole arch is going at an angle. I really like that. You know, if I was smart enough, I would love to have been an architect or somebody that built cracking bridges, you know, civil engineer. But I'm just not smart enough to do it. My maths would be atrocious, everything would fall down. I signed up for a architectural course years ago and then just decided, nah, what am I doing? I'm too old for this, and I chucked it immediately. Didn't even start. Went on to do a different course, but it's always interested me. I suppose if I'd done it straight from school and done my technical drawing in school and put the effort in, it might have been something I could have done. But you get to an age where changing careers to something like that is just a step too far. So I never did it. But aye, maybe this is the falling boulders bit. There's some loose stuff up there. Steep sides. Better keep my eyes peeled. Should be alright, it's a very still day. Shouldn't be any boulders or trees flying off the edges here. Another bridge. This one's getting work done to it. Not as impressive as the last one, I would say. Jesus, no wonder it's getting work done. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of big cracks on that. At this side especially. Sure, they're just superficial. In fact, it's not even the bridge that's getting work done, it's drainage that's getting fitted along the edge of it. There we go, big drainage pipe. It's taking a beating on that side here. The brickwork has been worn away. Hear the water running down off that hill. It's made it a bit boggy at the side there. Looks like I've got to cross the road up here, but it isn't busy. I was having a gander at my map there just to see where that road I passed went to. It looks like it's just a farm road. But further up it shows a few paths branching off of the cycle track. And they look like they take you to the far end of Loch. I don't know if it's paths behind gardens or paths in private property. But we'll see when I get further up here, because if it's walkable paths, it could be one to do in another day. Because when I did the Lochshore Park walk, it only took me around part of the loch. You couldn't go any further, it was just a loop on one side. So if there's a way of getting to the far end, I might have to investigate it and record it. These big structures here, I wonder why they were built. Look at that. That looks like quicksand that you would see in a Tarzan film. Ugh, didn't want to fall in there. Aye, there's a wall there. Why there's a wall there? I wonder if this part of the cycle track was also a railway and that was a retaining wall. This might have been a railway line. When I was standing at Dalry station a wee while ago to get my train, they've got a lot of billboards up under the bridge and it shows you the old Dalry train platform that used to be 4 tracks. It's now only 2. But it's telling you all the tracks that had been shut down back in the 1960s. No, there was one ran to Johnston, so I don't know, might be this, I don't know. Maybe somebody a bit older than me could tell me if this was actually the train track to Johnston. Probably was. You know, what you find with a lot of these cycle tracks is they're so raised up and straight that it wouldn't surprise me if the whole lot of it was actually the train line. But I don't know for sure. So I need somebody with more knowledge than me to tell me. Looks like there might be a cracker of a view over here. Try and not drop my camera. Oof, that's a high bridge. Look at that down there. That is a long way down. Woohoo! Very long way down. I'm not poking my camera out over the edge there because I've got gloves on and I don't want to risk it slipping out of my hand and dropping about 200 feet. See that over there though? Looks like there's a wee dam being built for some reason. I think it's a dam. I'm not entirely sure. Some wee wooden structure built across the stream leading to the river. That's a hell of a view though. If I dropped my camera down there, I don't think I would get it back. It's very steep. If I crawled down there I wouldn't get back up and the camera probably wouldn't survive anyway. Not sure if that's a rail bridge, a footbridge, or a bridge for cars. It's a bit narrow. There's a wee old biddy walk past there. Very friendly, but has really strong perfume, honestly. It was like nerve gas. So when I was walking over that tall bridge back there, there was a sign on it that said Renfrewshire. So that was us leaving North Ayrshire and entering Renfrewshire. So Lochwinnoch is in Renfrewshire, obviously. And I don't think it's that far away now. This is a really easy walk, no hills, very flat, so should be there in no time. And if I'm feeling energetic, I might go exploring. I'm undecided. My belly's rumbling, I need lunch, so I don't know. Yes, also when I crossed that bridge, that was where I was expecting to see a path to the right towards Glengarnock. Now, I didn't spot it. Maybe I was just so impressed by the view from that bridge that I was distracted. But I certainly didn't see a path. So maybe when I review the video, I'll see a path that I didn't spot whilst I was walking. So I don't know, there may not be a route to the far end of Glengarnock, so I still have to investigate further. Oh, that's not so good. Absolutely loads of water pouring down the sides here from what I think is a farmer's field. The drainage must all be pointed down towards the cycle track and gathering at the side of the track here in the stream. Absolutely loads of it, even though it hasn't been raining today or yesterday, but it'd been bucketing down for days before that, so still clearing away. Obviously a risk of falling boulders here. Safety netting all over that cliff face. You can see these rock faces at either side have clearly been cut at some point, so I don't think they would go to the trouble of cutting that just to build a cycle track. So this must have been a railway, must have been. Another archway. I would love to have seen that huge bridge from down below to see what it looked like. But the very first bridge I passed, still the most impressive one I've seen in this bike track so far. But if there's a way of getting down to the bottom of that very, very large bridge, I'd love to know. Have a nosy. I expect it's pretty much impossible unless you're going hiking through valleys in the countryside, which I'm not going to do. That's far too much effort. Directions to a B&B from the cycle track. Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd walk further than that. Still another 2 miles to Lochwinnoch. I thought it was a lot closer to Lochwinnoch from here. In fact, I thought I was maybe 10 minutes away, but I could very well be mistaken. Let's have a look over here. Don't know if there's meant to be a river under there. I think so. You can hear one rushing. Oh, as close as I get. There's a forest path over there, so I can see a wall. It goes right round. Wonder how you react to that. Possibly head down towards the B&B, then perhaps cut around. I don't know. Definitely something built in there. Oh, it's another very, very deep valley again. I can't really get any closer for all this, but down there is a very deep valley with the water rushing through it. You can poke through these trees. You see it from here. There's definitely a bridge over there, so I don't know where that, how you got onto that bridge. Ah, there's buildings up there. There's buildings further up the hill, so looks like a farm. Must be a road leads to a farm somewhere. In fact, there's the main road down there. I don't know if it'll be clear on the camera, but you can see trees above the fog on the hill, right in the centre of the camera, but It might not be too clear because the sun's hitting it and the contrast might be blown out in the camera a bit. But very nice view. Well, there's a route up to the farm there. A couple of horses enjoying the nice calm day. There's actually a road just there, a little country road. I wonder if that's walkable into Lochwinnoch. Actually, the road goes under this bridge. There we go. Must lead for the farm out to the main road there. Such a gorgeous day. Another wee bridge to somewhere. Yeah, there's a sign in front of that one. That must be another farm down there. It's a busy road. It's all the way around there. I've seen absolutely loads of robins flying here today, and they land in the path just in front of me. But as soon as I try to get close enough to video them, they're off. You know, but the perfect Christmas spot. But I can't get a video of it. There you go. That's a nice house, but it's right on the road. That would be exceedingly annoying. Just see the stream running through the valley again. The sun catching all the golden leaves on the ground. And you can actually access that under this bridge. So there's a forest path goes up there. But you need to come through from the main road, so you couldn't really park there. It's just a busy road, nowhere to park. I wonder if that land is a private property of the house that's sat just there, and you're maybe enjoying walks round about the woods. I think in Scotland you've got freedom to roam anyway, as long as you're not in somebody's garden. You can pretty much walk through all these forests, but you need to find a good way to get to it first. Christmassy berries. Loads of them. There's a landmark for you. I believe that's Bar Castle, which is just outside Lochwinnoch. It's a ruin now. I don't know when it became a ruin. There's a sign here, but it's a very old sign that's faded, and my old eyes can't read it. And somebody's been defacing it as well with a few rude words, so I can't even point the camera at it. There you go. One of the local landmarks of Lochwinnoch. You've got a big open field here, but you cannot see far at all for this fog. I do appreciate that a camera pointed at fog isn't particularly exciting, but I think it's quite pleasant to walk in a day like this when it's a crisp day. It's a bit chilly, but you're wrapped up well. You're walking through the fog. It feels very festive, you know. So I'm quite enjoying it, but I hope you like it yourself. I'm starting to see some houses now, so can't be too far away from Lochwinnoch. Yeah, This is a bridge over the main road that leads up to the station, but I have to head into the town to get off the cycle track, I believe. And I could stay in the town and go to the pub for a bite to eat, or go to Castle Semple Loch for a bite to eat. But I'm not going to. I'm going to find my way back to the train station quickly and go home. But this has been most pleasant. The river in the main road that leads you into Lochwinnoch. Can the camera pick up the sun above those trees there? Because the light's diffused by all the mist, you can actually see a perfect circle of the sun. It's absolutely stunning. You can actually look up at it without hurting your eyes and see that sphere. Absolutely amazing. That lovely big swan in the marshes, not a care in the world. It's giving me the eyeball though, so I'll keep my distance. I cannot believe how different this section here of Lochwinnoch at the marshlands looks at this time of year. It genuinely does look like Mordor. What a contrast to the summer though, it's amazing. Even the water, how high it is up on that bridge. Right up to the top of the arch. Wow. Look at it. Right over the embankment there, flooding into the marshes. Absolutely incredible. I think it just goes to show though, you don't need the summer sun to see an interesting view. I mean, I think that looks absolutely amazing over there. Just when I saw it in the summer, there was an abundance of greenery. And I look at it now, it looks absolutely fantastic, but in an entirely different way. That's me approaching Lochwinnoch train station now, so whilst there's no traffic, I'll say thanks for watching and cheerio now.